The you 2.0 that you're trying to attain is loading. She exists. She is real, okay? What if I told you that in order to get what is truly yours, what is promised for you, you have to go through the process? This is really a message for those of you who are feeling a bit discouraged, or like you've been waiting around for you to finally get what's promised for you, what's meant for you, whether it's a relationship or just a glow up or an elevation in lifestyle or mindset, and you haven't seen it come to fruition yet. This is a message for you to be patient in the process. But of course, real quick, my name is Julia. Welcome to my channel, Just Like Magic. Please hit that subscribe button and join the community. I make a lot of different self-love, self-development, mindset videos for women who are really just trying to live a beautiful life. Okay, so real quick, let's get into it. I know that it's not easy to have to wait for what's yours. I have said it in almost all of my videos. I am the most impatient person on the planet. But guess what? Just because we're impatient doesn't mean that it's gonna come faster. No, we have to learn to slow it down a little bit and to be comfortable in what this process really is. We all have a promise attached to our purpose, attached to our path and plan. And in order to get to that promise, right, in order to get to the things that are truly for you, you need to take a closer look at your process. The you 2.0 that you're trying to attain is loading. She exists. She is real, okay? But in order to be 2.0, you have to look at the current version of you and understand what needs to be done in this season of waiting, in this season of process. You know, like when the visual that I see is like this loading bar phasing up until boom, complete, and you're ready to go. But while you're waiting, while things are working out for you, you have to put in the work. I need all of you to take a closer look at your process and ask yourself right now really quickly, are you cooperating in the process? Are you actually putting in the necessary work to attain your goals? I really, really agree with the fact that sometimes we put too much effort into thinking about what we want or trying to attract it without actually doing the work to go and get it. And girl, it's 2025. We're about to end the year in less than 2 months now. We need to understand that if we want something, we need to do our part, okay? And the process is the perfect time to do those things. Now let's talk a little bit about time, right? Because I know being a woman, we feel a lot of pressure. We feel like we have to be on a timeline. I know that we play these games in our heads where we say, you know, by this age, I want to have this job, this relationship. I want to be married here. I want to have kids here. I want to look this way. I want to take this trip. And we need to reel it in, because when those things don't happen, then when the timeline doesn't add up to the one that you planned in your head, you begin to critique yourself, to punish yourself, to think really negative thoughts about yourself. We panic, we blame ourselves, we think that something's wrong with us, not realizing that it's just simply not the time for us yet. And that is okay. It is simply just not your time yet. It doesn't mean it will never be. Like I said, we're still loading, right? But we just need to refine what you're doing while you're waiting. Because the truth is, if you have time to wait, that means that you have time to learn and to perfect what you're doing while waiting. It is a privilege to even be in the process, because the process means that you have time. You have time to do the things that you need to do, to maybe heal some of the things that you need to heal within yourself, and to do the inner work and really take care of you before you attain whatever it is that you are looking to get, what is promised for you. Just because it is not your turn yet doesn't mean it won't be. Things can change in the drop of a dime. One day someone's down bad, the next day they're on top. When you put in the work and trust God, that is exactly where the magic happens. The process seems daunting, but it's exactly where the people who will win are separated from the people who will not. The process is exactly where you will be tested to see how badly you want that promise. You have time simply because you're in the process. Therefore, the process, if you're someone in waiting, right, you should be utilizing that time to learn. Let's say you are trying to grow your Instagram or TikTok, right? And you're making so much content and it's not getting the results that you want it to be. This is where you should be taking advantage of the fact that you're still in the process. You haven't hit the promise of what you want, what success looks like to you, and really reeling in and detailing what you could do to get those results. Maybe looking at the things that you're doing and wondering where you need to kind of hone in on your skills, what you need to do differently in order to get new results. Don't let this idea of the process make you think for a second that you are behind, make you think that you're not worthy, make you think that you're never going to get what you desire. That is not true. That is just pure evil, distortion, irrational thinking. And we don't have time for that. We don't even want to entertain it. The truth is, you have a promise at the end of this and you are on your path. You just need to learn how to take advantage of the time that you have right now while you're waiting. If you're waiting, that is a beautiful, beautiful feeling, because guess what? It's a privilege to be waiting. There's still possibility at the other end. If you are waiting for something, you can still put in the work. If you want a dream body, if you want a dream job, if you want a glow up of some sort, if you want a man, a girl, whoever, you need to put in the work. If you are not getting those things, you need to look at yourself in this process of waiting and realize what it is you need to work on in order to get those things. Everything requires some sort of internal work. When you want a good high-paying job, when you want to be a millionaire, when you want to break financial curses in your family, you have to put in the work. Either you have to study really hard or become an entrepreneur, and you have to learn how to do both of those things, right? There's always learning attached to the end result. I know a lot of people don't like to learn. I know that a lot of people say that they have a short attention span and that, they get scared when they're trying to learn something because they don't know if it's going to pay off. Well, guess what? If you don't try, I can tell you it's not going to pay off. If you want something bad enough, you need to put in the work. You need to go after it. You need to learn. Nothing is easy, okay? Nothing is going to be handed to you. And what is handed to you, what comes easy goes real quick. When you have real goals, you have to put in that work. That body that you've been prolonging because you don't want to understand and believe that eating healthy and going to the gym is really the only way to do it, is being prolonged because you're not learning in your process. A lot of people try to play cheat codes, right? And maybe they get ahead a little bit, but they end up getting reeled all the way back. We don't want that. We want long-term success. We want gratifying rewards, because guess what? When you get the things that you want by putting in the work and putting in the effort, not only will you be able to maintain them, but they will feel so much better knowing that you did that. Like, that's really you. Those goals, everything that people see when they look at you, are an actual representation of who you are, your value, and what you did for you. I know that if you're feeling discouraged, it's really easy to fall into this whole mental trap about feeling like it's your fault, or that, you're doing something wrong, or you're not capable. If you're discouraged, it's okay to feel that way, but it is not a reflection of what you are capable of. Girl, get up and try again, okay? Put in that work. If you want it bad enough, you gotta do it. For you, go back to that drawing board. You're not starting from scratch. You're just starting over a little bit. Have a humble heart, have a humble mind, and really ask yourself, and ask God if you need to, what you need to hone in on to get that promise. I do not want to see anyone who is watching this video giving up on what they know they are capable of, giving up on what they know they deserve, giving up on their dreams or their lifestyle goals. No, you can do this, but you cannot be slacking on you. You all know that the most important investments you make are the ones that involve you, because you are going to be with you the rest of your life. When you look in the mirror, you want to feel gorgeous, you want to feel beautiful, you want to feel proud. When you go outside to your job, you don't want to go to a job that makes you feel down, that makes you feel like you want to go home and be lazy because you're depressed at work. No, you want to go and know that you're giving something to the world and that you have impact, or at least feel somewhat fulfilled. You want to make sure that you're in a relationship that's feeding you, that it's healthy, right? Those things are extremely possible for you all, but you gotta get it together inside. And now is that time for you. Do not be lazy.